I'm Mariana. Are you feeling okay? Got a lot of new patients, huh? Don't worry, we don't bite. Well, most of us. Well, that's why you're here, isn't it? You've replaced him. He was a good listener. I hope you are. I think you're supposed to tell me what's wrong with me. Isn't that how it works? The police keep picking me up for public nudity. I black out. And then the next thing I remember, I'm naked on the beach, like I've been washed up on shore. Nobody's pressed charges yet, but I can feel it. The police are getting suspicious. Dr. Dekker could really get inside you. It was unsettling, but you let him do it. Part of the process, I guess. I do suffer from blackouts, which is strange as I can hold my breath for a really long time. But I'm not swimming before I black out. Dr. Dekker thought it was anxiety originally. Then he worked it out. He eventually decided it wasn't anxiety, but I'm not going to tell you his final diagnosis. We should have a fresh start. I don't want you influenced by the prognosis. I work for myself. I make bracelets from things I find on the beach and sell them online. I spend a lot of time at the beach. It's just way more relaxing than anywhere else. You should come with me one day. I can show you all the sights. I want to stop having the blackouts. I want to stop waking up at the beach. I want to remember those entire evenings. Can you suggest anything that might help? I film myself doing lots of things, but it's not so easy to do when you're blacked out. Will you do it for me? Will you watch me to see what happens? So, it's a date then. I'll let you know when. Dr. Dekker thought I had generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, because of the blackouts. He thought I was breathing badly. Do you think I'm breathing badly? You can check my breathing if you want. Do you want me to lie down? Can you tell just by looking at me? I'm not worried about it, just if you are. I'm not sure holding my breath too long is causing blackouts. I mean, it could, but I don't remember ever having a blackout when I'm holding my breath. I normally black out when I'm dancing. I like dancing. Do you like dancing? Dancing is good for you in so many ways. Just turn the music up, close your eyes, and let yourself go. You should try it sometime. You think my dancing causes my blackouts? No, I know it's the last thing I remember, but I don't think it's that. Sometimes I remember more, but I'm tired now. Is that it for today? I dance a lot at nightclubs. I know most of the nightclubs around here. My favorite is the Pearl because they sell cheap vodka shots all night. I don't drink. Wow. Let's get straight to it then. I'm not sure I feel comfortable speaking with you about that at the moment.
The most shocking thing about Dr. Dekker's death is that he didn't bring it upon himself. But then I hadn't known him for a very long time. Perhaps I was wrong about him. My name is Claire Castleford, and as I'm paying a small fortune for these sessions, I'd expect you to be up to speed, Doctor. Well, according to your predecessor, I'm a delusional psychotic with obsessive tendencies. Oh, and a history of violence. Sounds so cold when you put it like that, though, doesn't it? Being rich has its perks, but honestly, I would give it all up in a heartbeat if it could free me from this madness. I'm obsessed with my husband. It's absurd, really. To be fair, there was only one violent outburst that hardly qualifies as a history of violence, and he provoked me. I stabbed him with a steak knife. Shocking, isn't it? Illusions, as in seeing things that are not there. I'm not going to be any more specific. It's not true in any case. I'm not delusional. Because he is here, and he shouldn't be. Lucky to be alive. He almost died. It was a brief moment of temporary insanity. Or temporary clarity, I'm not really sure which. David had been having an affair with his assistant optician, Iris. How predictable. Not just the affair, but an optician named Iris. My husband is not a well man. We've been having problems for a while now. His health, if you can call it that, has been deteriorating rapidly in the last few weeks. I can't cope with caring for him anymore. David has trouble looking after himself. Sometimes I'll leave the lake house and he's just sitting in the rocking chair on the porch. And when I return the next evening, he's still there, just staring into the stars. He needs help, I know, but I can't hire anybody to care for him. Since our altercation, he's become less and less active. His mind's become less and less active too. Such a delightful conversationalist at one time, now more of an enigmatic husk. David's staying at the lake house. It belonged to my parents, but I don't use it much anymore. I have the main house to myself. I tried to hurt David once. That's why I'm here, isn't it? I'm not proud of my behaviour, but I was very angry. It was a private matter, though. The police should never have been involved. I never used to get angry. Ever. If you're angry, you're not in control. Isn't that right? And it would be very bad for me to lose control. Let's save that for another time, shall we? I'm rich, but I'm not made of money, and I'm fairly sure my time is up. Keep up, Doctor. David is my husband. Dekker just had that look about him. You know what they say about us crazies. Takes one to know one.
I'm Elin. I'm 25 and I'm a nurse. God, I sound like I'm on one of those dating shows. I've known a lot of doctors over the years. Most of them arrogant idiots who think nurses are just there to do their bidding, or worse. Dr. Dekker was different. He had a lot of time for me. He was interested in my problems. Dr. Dekker was a strange one. He wasn't what I expected, that's for sure. I had mixed feelings about him. I work in a nursing home for the elderly. I basically do end-of-life care. The usual things: making sure the patients are comfortable, making sure they're not in any pain, and I talk to them. I keep them company. Some of them get pretty frightened about what's coming. Well, those of them that aren't out of it on meds. I comfort them. Terry's one of the other nurses at the home. I don't think she likes me very much. I started seeing Dr. Dekker a few months ago. I thought it would be nice to have someone I could talk to about work. It can get a bit stressful sometimes. It can be sad sometimes. I don't like losing a patient, but that's the job. I don't get stressed about it or anything. It's not the job that stresses me. It's the people I work with, the other nurses. They're mean to me. They call me the angel of death because so many patients have died on my shift. I don't think they mean it. Obviously, it's not my fault. It just seems to happen that way. Three last month. 3 the month before that, I think. But only 1 so far this month, so that's good. Although one of my patients, Hilda, I don't think she's got long. She's one of the crotchety ones. Always swearing and spitting at me. Never got anything nice to say. Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep or something. She doesn't bother me though. I don't like it when patients are heavily sedated, especially when there are alternatives, like herbal remedies. I mean, imagine if you only had a few days or weeks left to live. Would you want to spend it asleep? I wouldn't. I'd want to see every sunrise and every sunset. I'd want to feel every breath. Everything gets more vivid near death. I'm not really looking for love at the moment. I'm sort of married to my work, but in a good way. Death is frightening, isn't it? Isn't it what everyone's afraid of? The great unknown. No one should have to face that alone. I'm a qualified herbalist. It's okay, you can laugh. Most people think herbalism is a joke. But I'd much rather help my patients sleep at night with valerian or passion flower than lorazepam, temazepam, or zolpidem. I'd been seeing him for about 9 months, I think.
Oh, Doctor, glad I caught you. I thought you might want to hear what Ben had to say. Quick catch up? I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we did spend a lot of time together. There's only 2 of us that work here. I'm sure we'll become friends too, Doctor. Just try not to get murdered. I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in. Anyway, he said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch. That's all he'd say before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either. Sorry, didn't you know? Ben's one of the night shift cleaners. I'm sure he's got some tales he could tell. Yes, Ben found Dr. Dekker's body on Valentine's night in his office. In your office. The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine's night, when the body was found. I was at home, all on my lonesome. So I guess that makes me a suspect. I think the police want you to make a short list of suspects, or maybe even find the killer. You're seeing all the patients that were on the books when he was killed. There was no forced entry, so they think it might be someone he knew, or someone who had access to the office. Like little old me. Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor? And you barely know me. I'm flattered. They did mention I needed grief counselling though, and I said you'd sort me out. I know you haven't agreed, but just so you know, it's very kind of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, the 14th of February, the day of love, or remembering a massacre, whichever's more you. I don't know exactly, but a stabbing of some kind. We'll be getting the autopsy through at some point. I'll let you know when. I wasn't really in his social circle, so I don't know if he had any friends. In terms of enemies, I heard things get heated in his office sometimes, but I won't name any names.
I'm having a loop day.